Welcome to a roundtable discussion. I will be your host, Autumn-Joi. This one is entitled Your Truth, Sexuality.
Two men have become the first gay couple to legally marry in France, just days after President Francois Hollande signed the same-sex marriage bill into law.
Our highest court is grappling with the notion of men marrying men and women marrying women.
The battle for same-sex marriage continues. And one of the movement's mottos is gay is the new black.
Coming out in the NBA, former Harvard Westlake basketball star Jason Collins becomes the first current openly gay athlete in U.S. professional sports.
And I think the country is ready for supporting an openly gay basketball player.
Hello and welcome to a roundtable discussion. I am your host, Autumn-Joi, and my lovely panel here. Say hello to the camera. Hey. So this is our very first roundtable discussion, and we're going to talk about sexuality. So I'm going to start down here. What's up, Lil Mike? Lil Mike, what's up? So I got Lil Mike here. So how are you today, Lil Mike? Thank you so much for joining the panel. And sitting next to him, this strapping young man with these beautiful eyebrows, Trey Sean. And Jamel, who beat my face, by the way. Do you love it? Yes. This next young lady needs absolutely no introduction. Let's give her some snaps real quick. Yes. This is my boo Shanice right here. Hey, John John. Hey, with them light eyes. And Jason came all the way from New York City, by the way, to join this panel. So I am very lucky to have him here. And last but definitely not least, got my hair looking so good. Yay! What's up, Stephon? I love those shoes, by the way.
Thank you.
I wanted to delve deeper into their past and talk about what brought them here, what molded them into the person that they are today. Talk about really quick to the people that are watching that don't know what Check It is. Since I am a native of Washington, D.C., I just was on the outside looking in like we discussed previously, and all I saw was the Check It crew got beat up a group of guys at the Metro, and they wear fluorescent pink jeans hanging down, and they pop, you know, and obviously, I mean, that's what society, that's what I thought it was. So let's talk about what it actually is, because you said that you were there from the beginning up until the middle. So let's talk about your humble beginnings in the Check It crew and up until current day.
Well, as most people call it, either a group or a gang, I really don't look at it as though it's a group or a gang. I look at it as though a family of gay men.
What about the babies? Because in our previous discussion, I mean, I was pretty shocked that they have. Tell them what babies are.
Baby Check It is considered males and females being homosexual and straight girls.
Okay, and you said they start off as young as like 12.
Yeah, they
Does it go younger than 12 or?
I really don't know their age.
Oh wow, they could be younger than 12?
Yeah,
depending on what
Oh, wait a minute. When you say growth spurt of the body, Trey Sean, what do we mean, growth spurt of the body?
I mean, the physical aspect. You call it. You have trials, you have recruits. So in the recruit process, you have to fight your way in. You have to fight your way in, or you dress your way in, or you slide your way in.
Okay, so not to cut you off. Okay, so if I'm not a fighter, I can go to Armani Exchange and get something fly real quick and come and dress my way in.
As long as your heart was in it. As long as you weren't scared, and you might not be built for the rumble, but you always took the initiative to make it show your true loyalty to your friends.
Okay, so as long as I look fly fighting, I'm good.
I mean,
but you're one of the ones that believes that being homosexual is something that you were born with.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. Let's delve into your past and when did you realize that you first were a homosexual male?
Oh wow.
do tell the tea.
Do tell the tea, shall we? No. I definitely believe that I recognized who I was as a homosexual at a very, early age. But I felt like I could not really embrace that, because as you grow up in a more urban society, they put on you the stigmata of you not supporting you. And if you were gay, it was like, oh my God, this big thing. So I had to learn that it was okay to be who I was. It was okay to address who I was and you know, reconcile and have conversation and so forth and so on. So I knew that at a young age.
Yeah. So did anything, like personally, happen to you for you to feel as you see what direction I'm going?
Yeah. So I think what happened to me first is that a lot of people don't know is that I was raped at a very young age. It was you know, and it's something that's never really been expressed. Like my family was very embarrassed. My grandfather's a pastor in the DC area. He's very well known. My aunt was she's deceased right now, God rest her soul. She was a very big singer in the gospel industry, and it was a very big thing. So me being molested and raped at a very young age was something that we couldn't really express that. We couldn't talk about that because that would my family would be.
It was almost taboo.
Yeah, my family would have blood on their name.
Was it,
God forsake that.
Was it by someone that was a friend of the family, someone you knew, or was it a complete stranger?
Actually, my mom was. I never really had a father figure in my life. You know what I mean? I was raised by complete women. My mom was like, you know, I really feel like you need to have a male influence. Okay. So she brought someone in who she grew up in high school, who they did a long process of college, etc. and so forth, and it turned into a big thing. Oh, this is my son. Oh, take my son out. Oh, he should go to the park. Oh, she play basketball or baseball, what have you. I really wasn't into that. You know what I mean? I was a singer. I was an artistic person. I really wasn't worried about baseball and basketball. I did run track in high school, but that was something totally different. Track, hey. But I really wasn't into all of that kind of thing. You know what I mean? I seen it, I noticed it, but it wasn't my thing. It wasn't my swag. It wasn't who I was. So it was forced on me. So they brought this person in, not knowing exactly who this person was mentally, emotionally, what they had been through in their background. So that kind of, he took advantage of me, you know, in a lot of different ways. But, you know, you have to understand that to go through it.
So do you feel as though before that happened, do you feel as though you were walking the straight
I dated girls. I've had sexual intercourse with women. I've planned a marriage with a woman.
Really?
But I knew. Once I started to experience what I actually this is exactly what I was supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Like people see me as like, oh, Jamel's feminist, this and the third. I am who I am. You know what I mean? Like I don't put any type of portrayal of who I am. I might be very observant, very quiet in the beginning, and see exactly trying to figure out. I'm not the kind of person that's going to say, well, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, I want to do that. I need to experience everything. I need to indulge in everything because I need to know exactly how it feels, what they think, how they do, how the person works, what they're thinking, what they're moving. You know what I mean? I need to know because if I'm not, I'm very analytical and I'm very anal about everything because it's important.
Literally? Well, there you have it. Raw and uncut. We're going to move down to here. Hello. Hi. Hello. So let's talk about your background. Let's talk about your history, like where you've been, where you've come from. In our conversation that we had earlier today, you're the oldest of two brothers, correct? Yes. So I know you battled with that. Yeah. So let's talk about that.
I kind of call myself the unorthodox gay because growing up, I was the opposite of Jamel. I was the sports player. I was the quarterback of the football team. I was the point guard of the basketball team. I ran track. I did everything a boy would do because I grew up with my brothers. Like each of us are 2 years apart, so it was just us. So it was kind of different for me because when I realized what feelings I had, I was at a young age, but I just did not understand what it was. Of course I had, the crush on the girls, but there was just one guy who he walked into my classroom and I was like,
well, wait a minute. Why is my heart fluttering like this?
Yeah, it really was. Okay, what's this? Like I'm not used to this. So it was very suppressed because then I had to go to football practice. I had to go. You know, it was really weird, and I suppressed it for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I got to high school, and I went to performing arts high school here in DC to go into, and it was like jazz and Latin. It was a whole new world.
Yes.
It came to a point where I was like, okay, wait, so how I was feeling younger is okay.
And accepted here.
And accepted.
Now you did discuss with me about the fact that it was like, oh, football practice, time to go. Oh, I left something in the locker room.
Yeah. I had
a secret rendezvous.
Yeah, I had a childhood friend who, you know, it was a group of boys in my neighborhood who hung around, and we would go to each other's house, and this one particular guy, every time I went to his house and everybody would leave, I'm like, oh, I left something, I gotta go back. And the going back was just so that me and him could
going back.
And really going back. Like, going back.
Wait a minute.
So yeah, and that's what it was. And it was a big secret. No one knew. No parents, no friends, nobody knew.
Wow.
And then getting to high school and realizing who I was, I kind of embraced it. And then I still hid it from my family though.
Yeah.
Still hid it from my family until one incident. And I had to come out to my mom. And she said to me, you know, I would rather you be gay. She knew, of course, mother they always know. Your mother will always know. But she said to me, I would rather you be gay than you be out killing somebody.
Yeah.
And so at that point, when I realized, like, look, the lady who birthed me is okay with this, then it's
nobody else's opinion matters.
Nobody matters.
Your boy, Jason. And I had to add a little vanilla to our chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about your experience. Your story is very interesting as well, because you have dealt with people that have been in the industry. We won't say any names because we don't want to make it that kind of a party. But you have dealt with professional athletes, actors. You know, yeah, some people that we watch on the screen on a daily. So let's first talk about your past, and let's talk about when the moment you came out.
I was outed by my family.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a very country, white, West Virginia based family. So my grandmother is very racist and very prejudiced. And we discussed earlier, you know, I at a very early age, I knew I was gay.
Yeah.
But I also had my father, like, grandkids, you know, but at the same exact time, don't have sex. So I'm kind of like these plays in my head, and I went through a divorce. So my biological mother was an alcoholic, really bad. So she would just be like, yeah, who do you do to whatever, you know. All these influences from different sides, and my grandmother was like, don't ever grow up to be a faggot that fucks, you know, everything on earth. You need to marry a white woman and have kids. So my mind was really screwed up, you know. But I knew, you know, just like you said, there was a guy, you know, in elementary school I had a crush on. I didn't know it was sexual, but I just, you know, slept with some butt, you know. You know,
you thought it was normal.
Yeah. And so my parents would like put me in with girls, you know, go over there and hang out with Lucille or whatever. And you know, through high school, I started coming more into myself. I had a crush on Monica Orell, I thought. I actually had a crush on her boyfriend. But, you know, realizing that, but, you know.
It's always the boyfriend.
It is. You know, it felt right. But, you know, I think knowing that I was gay, I didn't have a problem with a lot of what I was going through, but I had to hide it from my family. But I think at the age of 7, my best friend James's older brother, you know, would do things to us and like.
When you say do things like
molest, like
okay.
He would play with us and tell us it was okay. But I already liked men, so I didn't see that as anything wrong.
Yeah.
But I think later on, I found myself more attracted to Latinos, blacks, Asians, just not white.
Yeah.
And I finally put the two together. It's like, your ass screwed me over. Like, now I can't enjoy the whole spectrum because I did try to date a white person. And it just, I felt like I was literally being raped over it. Like, I literally felt wrong, bad, you know, don't do it. And it's hard for me to really, like, find someone that I can speak that with, you know, because a lot of my boyfriends have been like, you know, oh, you just chase chocolate, I don't see color. It's not that. You don't know my past. You know what I'm saying? And when I do explain it to them, it's hard because a lot of my boyfriends don't have that experience.
Yeah.
Which is another misconception. A lot of people that I've spoken to, older people, probably in my like 50s, 60s or whatever, they think, oh, he must have been molested.
Yeah.
Oh, he must have this. No.
Yeah.
I have friends who've been gay since they were born, so.
Yeah.
They were molested.
Yeah. Yeah. Now let's talk about really quick about the the status of the men that you've dated before. Do they approach you? Like how do you hook up with these athletes and these actors and whomever? Like,
well,
walk us through that.
I started dancing at 18 as a professional hip hop dancer, and I went to auditions and stuff, and networking and parties and stuff like that. And what a lot of people don't know, and people deny this like crazy, but I've seen it with my own eyes. A lot of celebrities, their wives and kids are what they call bot wives, bot kids. So
explain that.
For instance, like a record label that has an invested interest in an artist, like let's just take, like a major rap artist.
Okay.
He's had 15 whatever, blah, 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 but people are starting to speculate something, and the rumors are getting tight. All of a sudden, you'll see some girl he's with. The record label is paying this woman to be his wife. And there are girls that will do that because they pay them handsomely.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And so, this guy can continue doing what he does, and they'll go into clubs and they'll send somebody out for his type. Like if I'm a rapper, I'll hire him to go, holler at him, give him my number, tell him my room number, and they'll pay him to shut up or have a non-disclosure agreement, whatever you call it. And they mess around, and with athletes it's completely different. They have freak sessions with other athletes they know are gay.
Right. Oh wow. And you personally?
I have not. That I haven't done. I mean, I would.
All right, let's move on to John. John, your story is very interesting because you're bisexual.
I am bisexual.
And you have 2 biological children. Well, one on the way.
One on the way.
Currently.
May 7th. Yeah, he'll be here.
Yes. So congratulations. But in our personal interview that we had one-on-one, what I found so interesting was the fact that you said that you're still very attracted to both sexes, and you don't have a preference. But you did say that as long as they're slim and petite and feminine and for both sides. So and you like the chocolates. So but let's talk from your beginning, because just to put it out there, how does one determine that they are bisexual? How do you determine that there's one sex that you like more than the other?
So I mean, first I want to thank you for allowing me to come here and speak my voice, because I think that bisexuality there's a total misconception with bisexuality. And for me, I'm gonna speak for me, I'm not gonna speak for nobody else, but for me, it's not necessarily a learned behavior. I mean, you wake up in the morning, you're attracted to this, you're attracted to that, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? And for me, it wasn't a point in my life where I was like, okay, I like women or I like men, let me choose one. It wasn't that. It was just based on what aroused me, what turned me on. And what turned me on was femininity, and whether it was a boy or a girl or whatever the case may be. So I just kind of went there with it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and there you have it.
Okay. See that little smile right there? That's why the ladies still are attracted. I can definitely see it. Now your current situation, are you planning to marry the mother of your children at all? Does she know that you're bisexual?
She does know I'm bisexual. She's bisexual as well.
Have you guys ever had a nice little bisexual party?
We have not,
you might want to just
I would have loved it. I mean, I'm just saying. But no, she, we talk about a lot of stuff, and she's bisexual, I'm bisexual. I don't want to be with a woman, emotionally, but physically, yeah, I can do it, but not emotionally, no.
Really? Yeah. That is very interesting.
Very.
So both sexes take you there. Okay.
Both sexes take me there. Yeah. If I'm with this guy, like if he's my, if he's my boy, and then I get drunk, and I'm like, whatever. But I get drunk and then I have sex with you, and then I enjoyed it. I'm gonna go back to it the next day. You know what I mean? So I learned behavior.
I see. Okay. So when your first experience with a man? When was it? How old?
I was probably 15 years old, high school.
Okay. Yeah. And that was your first penetration.
Damn.
Okay. I just had to ask.
Very, very painful.
Right, girl. Yeah. But you're a virgin. Last but definitely not least, snaps again for my baby, Shawty. Hey, boo boo. I heard about the boobies, and I heard even more about this.
You heard about the body.
Yes. They get tired. that you grew up in a stable family. Mother, father loved you. You were there for you. You weren't, nothing happened to you dramatically as a child.
So yeah, I was raised spoiled. I was always sheltered. I got what I want. So in return, I grew up with that mentality. Whatever I wanted, I always got it. So I had to live up to the standard.
So let's really quick, just to get some background information. You were a little boy starting out.
Yeah.
Yes. So when did you start to realize that you no longer could relate with playing with basketballs, or did you ever want to play with basketballs?
I never did. I always played with I always played in high heels. I was always a high heel. As I was younger, I used to, my mom had the best relationship. I used to tell her, like, when I get older, I will, when they have a sex change. And even 6 years old, saying something like this. Like sex changes they didn't even start doing that until like the mid-90s, early 90s. And I was born in 82, so this is like the early 80s when I'm telling my mother this. So, my mom used to shake it off like, yeah, whatever. But anyway, I always was feminine. I always was passive as a woman. Even when I was an infant, my mom used to always have pictures of, me seeing myself and saying, okay, well, I see how my mom used to say when people saw me, they used to always mistake me as being a girl.
Now, I know you said you started hormones pretty early. I started taking hormones for like 11 years old.
11 years old.
Wow.
11 years old.
Like, real quick, how did you get access to hormones at 11 years old?
Because I knew the right. I'm such a people's person.
So when you started taking the hormones, like, what was the first, like, did your voice start? Your voice started changing. Your
I think everything. My boobs started growing. It's just my whole physique, my aura was becoming more feminine. Like my emotion, me being emotional was like really at its peak. I was going to a hormone doctor where I had, I guess the right connects that got me what I wanted. And just like that's just to this very day.
Yeah. So like when you're walking down the street, people can they tell? Do you get the stares, the whispers still?
Can we get a picture of the body? Can we like see the body? I'm just saying.
Okay, but so when she's walking down the street, this is what it gives. There we go. All of that.
That's drag race.
Yeah.
It put transgenders out there in a more negative way than a positive. There's a lot of transgenders out there who are making a name for themselves, who are making a change in this community. And you have doctors, you have lawyers, you have transgenders out here who you wouldn't even know there are transgender sex changes that are really making a difference, that are really, uplifting the name of that alternative lifestyle type of person.
Okay, so really quick, last but not least, like when you got your surgery done, how could I put this? Did you keep intact, or did you?
Currently, she's still there.
Okay. So is it like a tough situation, or how do you?
Like what?
Like a. It's like you put it between your butt cheeks or something. Is that how you do it?
I just put underwear on and keep it moving.
Okay.
Like you do.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know. All I wanted to know. When I guess regular people think about transgender, when they get the surgery, it gets like snips or something and it's pushed up.
I haven't got the sex change yet. So do I think I'm going to get that? Probably no. But currently, it's working for me.
Okay then. Okay. So let's do this. Let's open up the panel for discussion so everyone can chime in, answer the question how they see fit. Of course, first things first, who all here by show of hands feels like they were born gay? Okay.
Let me tell you something. If I woke up and had a choice, like if God put a piece of paper in front of me and was like, do you want to be gay or do you want to be straight? I would check the straight box.
Well, why would you check the straight box? I have an issue with people that say that because, as a bisexual male living in a homosexual lifestyle, I love my life. I love my life.
Well, I'm saying
everything's been great for me. I mean, if you were a heterosexual male, you might have more issues than you did as a homosexual male. So why would you change your life? I mean, given us like make the best of it. Whether you're straight or gay, you need to make the best of that life. Well, I think, don't wish to change.
But I also said when I was younger.
Yeah.
When I was younger, because
so how do you feel now?
Oh, now? Please, I don't give a. I'm gay. I love men. Right. Well, I don't want all men, but I love men, and I am very happy.
I'm sure your clientele is mainly men.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
Bro, when I was 14, 15, 16 years old, it was cute for, oh, well, you was your first time. Well, baby, it was your first time, but it ain't be my first time. So I can't. You need to go find somebody where y'all have your first time together. Because I'm not going to be your little cheap thrill for you just to bust a nut and you go back home to your family. And then me, like I said, we're talking, I'm very spiritual.
Yeah.
And the lifestyle that I lived when I was a call girl, when I was a call girl, and prostituting, I felt as though, like, you know, in the Bible says that when a man and woman basically, when a man and woman, whoever, when they get intertwined, they become one.
Right.
Like their spirits become one. So therefore, it's like if I'm sleeping with this man and sleeping with this man, sleeping with this man, and all that guilt and all that shame that they're going through, right? I'm picking it up. Yeah. I'm picking it up. So I'm like, a majority of transsexuals that live their lifestyle currently, they're miserable. They're either on drugs, or they're the fact if they're not on drugs, then they're bitter as hell. They're unapproachable. They don't like to be out, and when they are out, as soon as someone look at them or say something, it's like, what the fuck are you looking at, old bitch? Or it's like well, why are you so hostile? Like, what's really going on? I'm 30. Who didn't make it to see 20 that ain't here? So when I do this, I'm not only repping for myself, I'm repping for every transgender that didn't make it, every transgender that is trying to make it.
Go ahead, switch it up a little bit, yes. And this next question, y'all don't know what it is, and I'm gonna put you on the spot, and you gotta answer it. So I'm gonna just go around real quick, all right? And this is how we're gonna end it, all for this. Trey Sean.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun. Are you, sir, a bottom, a top, or a verse? Go.
I'm a verse.
Okay. Let's see. Jason, are you a bottom, a top, or a verse?
I'm a first top.
First top? A verse top.
Explain that. I might give you some holiday booty, but I didn't Bubble walks by, it's gonna catch my eye.
Alright, Lil Mike.
Verse. I just said verse because most of my relationships, either it's dependent on a person, but majority I can say I'm a verse bottom because I attract more verse tops.
Verse top. Okay. Okay. Well.
Eyes wide open.
So, John.
Look, you fucking up my street cred.
I told you, it's an open book.
I mean, okay, let's be realistic. Gay men, period, they don't flip-flop regardless. You know what I'm saying? All that verse top, this, bottom, this, whatever. You getting fucked at one point, you're gonna fuck at another point. You're versatile. You know what I'm saying?
So let's switch it up. So majority of the time. Like,
I don't like to be penetrated. I don't like to be penetrated. I don't like dick in, sorry. I don't like penis in my rectum.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
No.
Right. But if it's the right person.
Well, it's not a whole situation with the right person, but if you're in a relationship, I mean, you have to compromise and you have to satisfy your partner. You know, so if my partner's like, okay, I want to do this, it's like, all right, oh my gosh, come on.
It's the lure. But no, it's the lure.
You do not like to be anal.
I do not.
He's very anal.
Very anal.
What brings me to Jamel?
Nobody's, to me, a top in the whole situation. I'm saying that. But me, I am very versed. Yes, I am. Very versed in all situations. And also for me, because you're going to experience the other side. So for me, at that point, you're no longer a top. Because if you're a top, you're just that. If you're a bottom, you're just that.
But what does it mean? Okay, wait.
Well, let me get this. She can answer.
I want to bring that back. Okay, go ahead.
Because she got that booty, so I'm making it clap. So are you versed? Do you prefer certain?
I'm very taut when I'm riding. I gotta learn to keep these hips in motion.
So real quick, and this make it a little explicit. Does size matter when it comes to?
Wait, Stefan. Wait, Stefan. Like you talk about or what?
When it comes to the size of the penis, I'll just say it. Dude pulls his pants down. Are you just like, oh, I think I'm gonna be a top tonight? Like, that's too big.
No, I'm too small. That's right. Or too small.
Oh yes.
Well, I'm versatile. But size does matter because I'm gonna tell you something. I know my body. I know my body, and some of y'all need to learn your bodies. But I know my body, and if you are down to your knees, you might as well live in your stomach because that's not going to be.
But you know, I think sexually, before I can even entertain someone sexually, it has to be a mental
Actually.
So therefore, it's him. If you pull your pants down and you got dick to your the bottom of your foot, or you got a dick
and you dumb as rocks,
or you got a dick that can't even go past your nuts. I mean, we have that mental connection, so it's given like.
You know what? I can work with that.
Because you know, sometimes you can make out with. I've been made out with people, and I can't without even having them. Because we had that so much mental connection, like it's just talking to him or being around him. I'm sorry, baby. I'm so excited. Talking around him, or being around him, then kissing him, then it's just like, and even if he can't fuck, I'm a good rider, so I know what to do.
When I was a kid, it was raised as, you know, when you have sex with the one person you love, whether it's a girl or guy, I wasn't, you know. It's the one you love, and you cherish them, you kiss them, you love them. My dad taught me all that. You know, my dad's a very passionate person. But you know, I see a lot of people on these like sites or stuff. You know, back when I was single, I was like, you know, trying to find someone to hang out with. First thing they say, yo, you top bottom, yo, you take some dick, you want some ass or whatever. And it's like, okay, whatever you have that night, you want to hook up, you hook up with someone. It's like fuck, gone.
Yeah.
But when that person, even if it is a hookup, even if that person is like making eye contact, talking to you, feeling, you know, grabbing you, rubbing you, you're into each other. There's another level of sexuality where I don't give a shit what's going on. Let's just do it. Like, it's not about the physicality anymore. It's about I'm making a connection with a human being. And it's no longer a booty call.
And on that note, I guess we know what part 2 is going to be. And fine, you guys. Thank you so much. Round of applause to my panel. Okay, so one last introduction. You can stand up, sashay to the camera real quick, come back to your seat. All right, y'all give it up a little mic. Thank you. Trey Sean. Thank you. Jamel. Okay. Shanice. Shanice. I'm a little bit drunk, y'all. John. Y'all give it up for John. Jason. Give it up for Jason. And of course, Stefan. Thank you.
And let's give it up for you.
That's between us. Thank you so much for joining us today for our very first roundtable discussion. Your favorite girl, Autumn-Joi, holding it down. Make sure you follow my lovely panel on their Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We'll have all that information for you. Follow me at Autumn-Joi with an I. Also, make sure you hit me up on Instagram at Autumn-Joi_. And of course, Facebook. I'm on there sometimes, but if you hit me up, I'll holler at you. Until next time, make sure you guys keep it locked right here to my YouTube channel at Autumn-Joi Live. And y'all have a good time.